Pretty bitch music. Big mama, I'm a shit talker. I see him copy every look, I got a few dollars. Every check I deposit, got a few condoms. Pretty bitch, mouth slick, I'm a good collar. Fellas leaving Gucci, heading house all roasty. He ate it with his grill, and I was diamonds in my coochie. I was in the dorm stressed out with my. Hi guys, so I'm starting off with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony. And I'm filling in my brows just to get a more structured brow for this look. I don't always do a structured brow, but I decided to do this just because I'm doing a soft smoky eye. So next I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn and just sculpting out my eyebrow. This just makes for a more structured and crisp eyebrow. So next I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the color 368. And I'm taking that on a Morphe brush as well and sculpting out the top of my eyebrows just because it's my foundation shade and I don't like the halo look on the top of my brow. Alright, so moving on to the eyelids, I'm taking P. Louise Acid Rain paints in Glow Girl and just packing that all over my eyelid. So after packing on the Acid Rain, I'm going to take a Morphe brush and just buff out the edges to make sure to get a seamless edge and no harsh lines is very important, just to buff no matter how long it takes. It makes it easier for the next transition color. Next, I'm dipping into In Lust from the P. Louise Secret Center eyeshadow palette, and I'm going over the Acid Rain paint just to make sure that there's no harsh lines and just to buff it out to make a seamless finish. Going into the color Pleasure, I'm just buffing that out to make it a more smoky gradient look and buff out any harsh lines. Moving on to my face, I'm taking my moisturizer and making sure that my face is well moisturized all over. After, I'm taking the Becca Cosmetics Ever Matte Poreless Primer and making sure to dab that all over the high points of my face, everywhere that I get oily, because this will help control the oil once I put on my foundation. Next, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Foundation in the color 368. And I'm just taking a brush that I got from the beauty supply store and just dabbing that all over my face, making sure that I get a full coverage finish because that's what I like. And just making sure to get that all over my face. And I like to dab in the foundation instead of rubbing the foundation in. I find that that gives me a more full coverage finish. And it sets into the primer a lot better. Next, I'm taking my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and I'm just dabbing the foundation into my face just to make sure that the foundation is well set onto my skin. Next, I'm applying my lashes. I applied my eyeliner off of camera. And these are lashes that I picked up from the beauty supply store. I like to use a tweezer when applying my lashes just because I feel like it gives me more control. So next I'm taking my Pro Concealer in the color Fawn and I'm putting that up under my eyelids just to highlight up under my eyes. And I know it looks like a lot of concealer, but it's not a lot, trust me. And I am so used to it at this point. I'm putting it on the high points of my face, down my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Next, I'm just taking a very fluffy blending brush and I'm just going over the concealer to buff it out and make sure that it is seamless all over my face. And when you're buffing out your concealers, just make sure you take your time. Some concealers set very fast. The LA Pro concealer is very easy to work with. It's very, very good for beginners. I've been using this concealer for years. I don't think I will ever stop using this concealer because, like I said, it's very easy to work with. So I'm just buffing out all over my face. I like to keep the under eyes for last. I learned that trick some years ago, just so it can set a little more up under the eyes. I did not color correct, but sometimes I do when I feel like that I have, dark circles under my eyes, but I'll save that for another video. So I'm just taking the fluffy blending brush and just buffing out the concealer until I feel that it is seamless and a flawless finish. So like I said, just take your time. There's no rush. Even though my video is sped up, I was taking my time and watching TV and listening to music. So I'm just taking that down the sides of my nose, where I'm going to contour my nose, up under my eyes. I poked myself in the eye right there. And just blend, blend, blend. And right here, my ring light falls on my face. So, yeah, a blooper. Next, I'm taking that same foundation brush and I am just using the Access foundation that was still on the brush just to blend out the lines, the outer lines of the concealer. Again, I love flawless, seamless finishes. So I take my time and blend. I go back and forth and blend. You see me go back in with my Real Technique sponge for a quick second, and I do that often. I go back and forth from my brushes to my beauty blenders often when I am working on my skin. Right here, I'm taking the LA Girl concealer. I don't know the number or the name of this one, but I use it to contour. And I'm going to contour around my face. You girls know the deal with this. Next, I'm going in with my Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the color Clay. I honestly don't know what I feel about this color because I feel like it's too orange, but I feel like I would give it a try. I have 3 different colors of the Ben Nye Luxury Powders, so I might try the other colors in another video, but I am using it to set all of my concealer all over my face until I feel that it is packed on how I like it, going down the sides of my nose, underneath my eyelids, and everywhere that I put my concealer. This just helps for your concealer to set in place. Next, I'm going into my MAC blush in the color Film Noir, and I'm just going over where I put the darker concealer, just to contour and define my face and my cheekbones and my forehead a little more. Just make sure that you have a soft hand, a light hand when you do this step, and you use small circular motions and be neat and precise. I'm going into the Warriors 2 palette just to go in between that Ben Nye powder and the blush that I applied to my face. I'm going in between those 2 colors just to bring the powders together. I'm marrying them together. Afterwards, I'm going in with the Max Fix Plus spray just to set those powders into place and use my fan to fan it all down. Next, I'm going into my waterline with the Blank Canvas Paint by P. Louise, just to add a little brightness to my waterline. I didn't want to use black liner today. Just something fun and different. Okay, this is definitely a video.
Right?
Definitely about to be a YouTube video.
Hey.
Okay? Because why not? So this is my final look, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And shout out to my best friend for taking these videos and my final pictures for me. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Pretty big mama, I'm a shit talker. I see him copy every look. I got a few dollars. Every check I deposit got a few.